understand under extreme circumstances why some people are looking to this as the hope, but I have always been a person that would rather be right than be first, and I think that a lot of scientists agree with that. And so rushing this, it can have adverse effects in the long term, and so I think that you want to build that trust between the public and the CDC, since there's been tons of misinformation out there and a lot of mixed signals that they've been sending since March. I think that we want to know that this is safe to take, and we want to feel confident that this is not being rushed because of some political gain.
Yeah, rushed is the right word, Al. Do you feel rushed? Would you take it?
Not until I heard from once the scientific community has agreed, I'm all in. I don't really push back on a number of scientists, but as somebody that did do medical research for 2 years at a hospital, I do understand that you start with a hypothesis. You think you know, but you don't know. Let's not forget Viagra started out as heart medication.
Wow.
And then they realized it didn't work for the heart, but other places were happy.
What do you mean, Al?
See, I know. So we're going to keep our jobs and move on. But
I didn't know that.
Yes, yeah, it was just an accident. And that's the thing. It's like you have an idea of what's going to happen, and then you'll see later. That's why you have trials, you have control groups, you have blind studies, all these kinds of things. It takes a while, but people stay safe.
Yeah, I'd love to know what the DBL group feels. Let us know. We are going to bring in a medical expert. Dr. No, you're not the expert. You had some medical training, but you're not the expert.
But Dr. Dre's, he's a doctor.
Dr. Pyle Coley is here to clear up some confusion. She's breaking down just exactly how a vaccine trial works so that we all know what phases are being skipped, because knowledge is power. And if they go for the November 1st deadline, you won't want to miss it. All right, moving on. There were protests yesterday in Rochester, New York. After police body cam footage was released, Daniel Prude died while in police custody back on March 23rd. A warning to our viewers, the video you're about to see is graphic. Daniel's brother called the police for help because Daniel was apparently suffering a mental health episode. Police eventually stopped Daniel in the street. He was naked at this point. Daniel complied after police ordered him to lay down on the ground, put his hands behind the back. He was then handcuffed. Later, police put a hood over his head after he spat and yelled at them. Daniel became more and more agitated, yelling and screaming profanities, and later, 3 cops held him down, with one officer holding his head against the pavement for minutes until he eventually stopped breathing.
Put your hands behind your back.
The medical examiner ruled his death a homicide, but none of the officers have been charged. The New York Attorney General is investigating. Here's what Daniel's brother Joe said yesterday during a press conference.
I placed a phone call for my brother to get help, not for my brother to get lynched.
So my first question, well, first let's all just have a moment to see that was a human being, and that could be your brother, could be your teacher, your cousin, your father, anyone. Would a mental health person have been better in this situation, Al?
Yes, it's always better to have an expert, somebody that's been trained to handle this situation. And I think when you are a person that's trained to handle possible violent situations, possible dangerous situations, you use that training whether it applies or not. A lot of this has to do with the police. A lot of this has to do with the police all over the country being sent to places that they probably shouldn't be sent. No different than a mental health expert should be sent in to stop a bank robbery. So we're setting people up to have more and more situations like this, rather than understanding that mental health is a huge problem in this country. We talk about our vets. A lot of them come back with PTSD. A lot of them come back with drug and alcohol problems, along with the rest of the country that has mental health problems. And we just act like, oh, there's just another crazy person. That's somebody's brother. That's somebody's sister. That's somebody's dad. Let's treat them like human beings. Like, what are we doing here, Linz?
Yeah, I read a Washington Post article today, and it said that Daniel Prude was screaming, "You're gonna kill me." And I was just looking at the video and trying to figure out what the tactics are. How are these people trained to have the bag, which I know was to avoid bodily fluids, over his head, and then also be choking him to a point that he can't breathe? I just think it's exhausting, and then the layer on top that he had a mental health illness is also just so terrible, because just like in the case of the neighbor calling the police with a Tatiana Jefferson for a welfare check, this was supposed to be a welfare check and assistance, and a Tatiana also was killed, and she was a black woman that was young and watching her nephew. So I think we constantly have these situations where this is the result, and I'm just like tired of seeing it. I couldn't even watch the video before the show today. I just had to watch it live. So.
Wow. I understand that. And the videos have just been traumatizing. I do understand. Redison, how you all feel. We are with you. Joe Biden, we have to switch gears here, is heading to Kenosha, Wisconsin, today, which has seen a lot of destruction following the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Federal officials are now trying to track down several people in connection to fires that were set, like this one you're watching right now, when a garbage truck was set ablaze. The ATF released these photos and videos and said they're looking for 7 people in connection with the fires. The Kenosha fire chief said last week there were 34 fires associated with the unrest, with 30 businesses damaged or destroyed in the city. We want to make it incredibly clear here at DBL where we feel about, at least personally, I can't speak for everyone, protests and rioters and arsonists and criminals, and that they should be held accountable. Al, what's your take on this?
I mean, protests are what this country is founded on. Most of our citizens have rights because of protests, male, female, in the lot. We have to understand that nobody, including us, wants to see our city streets destroyed. We know people with small business.
Absolutely.
Sam Shocker, our own host. Who wants to see that? These people don't care about what this could have been because a team won a national championship.
Right.
There's strength in numbers. There's anonymity in numbers. These people are anarchists and they need to be stopped. I'm fine with having them prosecuted. That's my neighborhood. That could be your neighborhood. Like, who's defending them?
And it also dilutes or even takes away the entire message of what's going on, Lindsay. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, the frustrating thing is that a lot of these people are not from Kenosha, and so it's outsiders coming in. And I always feel like if you're a guest of the movement, whether you're a different nationality and background and you're joining Black Lives Matter, or if you're just coming out of town to join the movement, you can't be the one to cause destruction. Like, join the actual movement, which is all about peace and equality and fighting for those two things.
Yeah, it's not hard. You just have to understand that protesters and the people, at least I believe in, have nothing to do, want nothing to associate with, and want these people prosecuted. So please understand, not one of us here wants violence and arson like we saw here, and we think it should be held accountable. Lindsay, stick around. Coming up on DBL, our medical expert, Dr. Pyle Coley, returns to clear up any confusion about this new vaccine.
You mean all the confusion?
Yeah, I'm so
okay.
I'm so confused.
How much time do we have in that segment?
We have 10,000 hours. Speaking of the virus, The Rock and his family have tested positive. We have an update on their health. Don't go away. Welcome back to DBL. I'm in the wrong camera.
Yeah, you were, but you got right back.
Checking myself out. Looking back here. Hi, guys. We're continuing to talk about the development of a COVID-19 vaccine and the push to have it out of the labs and into the public by November 1st, which, by the way, is coming up very quickly. Dr. Payal Kohli joins us live because this is the hot topic. Let's take a deep dive. We want to give our viewers actual factual information so they can make the best decision for their families. We know the reason a vaccine is able to be greenlit so quickly is because the FDA has the power of emergency use authorization. Doctor, does the FDA use emergency authorizations a lot? Is this a good time to use one? What are your thoughts?
So, Tori, emergency use authorization is really power that the FDA commissioner has to allow an unapproved medical product to be used in an emergency when there are no good alternatives. And I have two comments to make about that. The first is that if you're thinking about an EUA in the setting of a treatment, it's a very different decision because someone is sick in the hospital, you're trying to get them something that's going to make them better. But when you're thinking about an EUA for a vaccine, which is a preventive therapy, something you're giving to healthy people, that bar has to be significantly higher because you don't want to make people sick by giving something an EUA that doesn't have a safety signal. The second comment that I'll make is that EUAs are good when there's not a good alternative. In the case of the COVID virus, we do have a good alternative. And I know you guys don't want to hear this, but wearing masks, social distancing allows us to keep that virus at bay, to give us enough time to really determine if that vaccine is safe.
All right, now, Doc, obviously I know the answer to this, but let's clear this up for everybody else. You know, you and I are both, you know,
you're not a
compatriots.
doctor.
All right, fine. You know, can you just tell everybody, including myself, how does a clinical trial normally work? And can you tell us the steps that will be skipped if we do push this vaccine out early?
Yeah, great question. So 3 phases of clinical trial, phase 1, 2, and 3. We've already done 1 and 2, so we're really talking about phase 3, which is that large number of population looking for safety signals and making sure that the vaccine works. So you enroll the patients, you give them the vaccine 2 doses 1 month apart, and then you wait. You wait to collect data. So what we're trying to shortcut here is that waiting process. So they're really trying to take an interim look at the data, which is normally done only to make sure that it's okay to keep continuing the trial. But they're actually trying to take that interim look and say, can we just say that we have enough here to try to approve the vaccine? My concern with that, honestly, you guys, is that time gives us information.
Right.
This is a brand new vaccine. We're giving it to people. If we don't wait to see what's going to happen, how are we going to know what's going to happen?
Yeah, I don't like the idea of rushing and vaccine in the same sentence.
I don't either.
I don't
but
either.
I do like being able to talk one doctor to another.
Yeah, right. It's like a medical conference for you, Al. Are there other challenges or problems to face by getting this vaccine out so quickly, other than sort of not knowing the timing and the results and the safety signals?
There are, Tori, and the first thing is that one of the vaccines has to be stored at -70°C, and a lot of places don't even have the storage facility for that. The second is manufacturing. If we're trying to rush the manufacturing, we may make errors in that. And then finally, this is a new vaccine technology, so we really don't want to rush it without knowing that it's safe.
Yeah, I mean, you need to, I mean, I know this sounds silly, but at one point the testing was held up because swabs weren't made. Like the Q-tips, they literally didn't have enough of. So manufacturing is very important. Great job, Tori. Well said. Thank you so much, Doctor. You will be back tomorrow, so if you have a question about coronavirus you want answered by an actual doctor.
Or a question about cotton swab manufacturing.
Write us on social media. You can also email info@dailyblastlive.com. It's a real thing. We'll be right back. She knows it's real. The doc was not.
Let the doctor talk.
I did. Welcome back to DBL. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has revealed that he and his family have tested positive for COVID-19. They are now over it, but he opened up about this experience on Instagram. Take a look.
This has been one of the most challenging and difficult things we have ever had to endure as a family, and for me personally too as well. But testing positive for COVID-19 is much different than overcoming nasty injuries or being evicted or even being broke, which I have been more than a few times.
Dwayne says he and his family have since recovered from the virus after they contracted it from family friends who came over to their house. Now, in the video, he urged how important it is for visitors to get tested beforehand. He also encouraged people to wear a mask and boost their immune system. It epitomizes everything, Lindsay, because The Rock, the epitome of stability, literally gets the coronavirus. If you think you're strong enough not to get it, you're not, because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson got it, his 2-year-old got it, his 4-year-old got it, and his wife got it. I think this says a lot. What do you think, Al?
I do, and I want to get Lindsay's opinion, but as somebody that, has children, that would scare me. I have a child that's immunocompromised. I would be very wary about going home next month, 6 months from now, a year from now. You don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, any visitors coming over. Lindsay, what do you think?
When I first heard it, I'm like, not The Rock. But that's insane, like The Rock. But I can't get over that part, but I really do. I think that he's been an example of somebody who's staying safe. And so, even the people that I've seen, the select people that I've seen over this quarantining that we're still doing and staying home, we've mandated that you get tested before you come visit, or like if I'm going anywhere, I'm getting tested. So I've been tested at least 3 times, wow. The antibody also. And so, just got to be safe, because even though it might be annoying and to go back and forth to the doctor, it's better safe, especially if you're like a family friend. You don't want to be that person that brings it to close friends or family.
Yeah, he said the family friends feel awful.
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do.
No more invites to The Rock's house.
Yeah,
blew that, homie.
No, you're between a rock and a hard place. Okay, before we go to break, we do have some thank you to people. Thank you, Lindsay. We have some heartwarming video to share. 2 boys who haven't seen their grandparents in 5 months are finally reunited. Take a look. Oh. Oh. He's one of the kids was wearing a suit.
I love it.
What a cutie patootie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Just remember that clip, and everybody says, well, we might have to sacrifice the older generation. They are so valuable in this society, obviously, to not only their kids, but their grandkids. And that's why I just hate seeing that kind of stuff online. It really bothers me because it seems like that. Well said, Al. Well said. Well, DBL, it's coming from a doctor as well. That's right. DBL Deal Blast is coming up next. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. We'll be right back. Doctor, please. Okay.
Promote.
smell that? That's some sweet, sweet deals. Welcome back to DBL. Earlier, Steph showed me some amazing products at even better prices. Here's this week's DBL Deal Blast, presented by Morning Save. All right, what do you have for us today, Stephanie?
Now, having the right tools in the kitchen is going to bring you so much confidence, and this is what you're going to get with the Ginsu Gourmet Shikara Series 8-piece premium forged knife set, and they've got a lifetime limited warranty. Now, normally this set is $100, but we've got it for $59, which means you're saving 41%, Tori. Next, I've got something that's going to bring style and convenience to your everyday look. It's the Bandolino charging pouch with a little wristlet. So it's got a built-in power bank that you can use for your phone. If you've got an Android or an iPhone, it doesn't matter. Normally, this is $60. Now, we've got it for $19, which means you're saving 68%. All right, now Tori, we all want to have pearly whites, but teeth whitening at the dentist can be, well, a tad pricey, can't it? But not anymore. We've got an amazing deal with this Pro Noir LED teeth whitening system, and it comes with a bonus whitening pen. And guess what? It's up to 20 treatments in one box.
Whoa.
Now, normally this kit is $200, but we've got it for $29, which means you're saving 86%. I've got the perfect combination for your at-home hand therapy. So this is the Spa Life electric manicure set, and it comes with 4 packs of these restoring hand masks too. Whoa. So it comes with a professional complete set of tools. Look at this, and it has all these different attachments as well, so you can shape, contour, polish. Now normally this kit is $52, but guess what? We've got it for $15, which means you're saving 71%.
All right, head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone.
Oh, sweet deals.
Sweet, sweet deals.
I want those knives.
Cool. For your surgery? Okay.
Yes.
I got some comments about the vaccine I want to read. Kenneth says, if science says it's safe, I'm down with it. That should be turned into a cool rap.
No.
Okay. Jillian says, okay, even if the vaccine releases is political, at the end of the day, it could save lives, and I'm fine with that. That's wonderful. And Mel says, count me out if that vaccine is released November 1st. That's what's scary, is you're supposed to blindly trust the CDC, Republican, Democrat, Independent, birthday party. You're supposed to just trust them, and we're getting confusing messages.
Right. We just want some data. That's it.
Some data.
Just some
All right,
data.
Doctor, it was great working with you. We'll see you again. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.